Hey, my name is Sruti. I'm an author and spiritual teacher, and today is one of my first days out walking without my crutch and without my boot. And while that's good progress, I think my feet actually hurt more without the crutch and the boots. So I'm out here thinking about how some of the most invisible forms of sexism, and also the ones that are the hardest to confront, are the ones that are present in close friends, family members, relationships with men. So, for example, my father always wanted me to be a CEO, and I didn't disagree. I think that's great. I think that I do well running my own show. But what he didn't realize is that the biggest block for me to being a CEO wasn't myself. It was other people being willing to treat me that way. And so, of course, he, being my father, would treat me respectfully and like I had my own personal power and authority. But then when I try and interact with anyone else in the world, they'd treat me like a secretary, or like I had no idea what I was talking about, didn't know what I was doing, etc. So the funny thing is that I heard stories that this same man, my father, would make young girls cry at the office who were receptionists and secretaries because he was so, I'm going to use the word harsh. What my father didn't seem to understand, though, and the blinders that a lot of men have, is those young women that he intimidated so bad, they were basically me. So the way he treated other young women in society was the way I, in turn, was being treated by men of his age and older in society, who these same men go home and see their wives and daughters and sisters as powerful and beautiful, and why isn't your business taking off, and you should do this, that, and the other thing. You're so talented. You just need to believe in yourself. And it's like, Dad, I do believe in myself. Actually, I know all these things. It's the world that doesn't know it. And the barrier is actually not me. It's you. It's you and all the men like you who are perfectly nice people, but have these weird blinders on where somehow the women they know personally are humans, but the women they don't know personally are still objects. And this goes back to the problem of blame. So again, you can see, let's play the game of find the hidden blame in here. The hidden blame is that if my business or career or whatever doesn't take off in the world, that gets blamed back on me, not on society having a mental block as to who I am, what I'm doing, and how powerful I am. That's blame number one. Blame number two is, in turn, continuing that cycle of blame out into the world with other women. Notice the word other, because these women do become the other. They become objects of blame. They become objects. And an object is not the same as you. It is other than you. It is something else outside of the realm of either a spiritual or human being. You don't relate to an object as your own self the way you might see qualities of your own self in your daughter, for example, who happens to look, sound, and act quite a bit like you. So throughout my relationship with my father, the lesson on both sides has been like, gosh, I am so much like this person who's a man. But when I go out in the world, why do I have such a different experience? And vice versa. Like, at some point, you need to recognize that your wonderful daughter, whom you see all of your best qualities in, is for some reason not succeeding at the same level that you are, precisely for one shallow appearance level reason, and that is simply gender. So I have this frustration a lot with the work I'm doing on this YouTube channel, which is that work like this and really any work these days is based on metrics. And metrics is a stale, somewhat inaccurate lens to view the success or failure of a project. It does not measure emotional impact. It does not measure spiritual awakening or change. It's just, how many people have seen this? How many people have liked this? How many subscribers do you have? For the type of work I'm doing that challenges even the idea of metrics and a patriarchal, hierarchical system of ranking, which is basically what metrics are, the metrics and the comments are not going to be useful for understanding this type of work. And any problem, any bad comment, any problem with the metrics is actually going to be blamed back on me, even unconsciously, before most people have had the opportunity to think about what they're doing. The same way that my father unconsciously blamed me for not being able to be the big, powerful CEO he always wanted. Is that my problem? Is that an issue with me? Society with society with blinders on would say yes. Is it actually an issue with society, though? That is the deeper question. It's like I just heard this tarot reader on the internet say, "Are you depressed? Or are you actually just surrounded by assholes?" So think about that. Are you depressed? Or is it assholes?